I recently met an amazing woman, Eva Kadilli. Eva runs Unicef in Denmark. She and her colleagues from the largest facility that Unicef has are saving the children of the world. Please watch what I think you'll find is an inspiring story. Eva, I came to see you last week for the first time. I am so inspired by what you and your colleagues do and how you're helping save children around the world. It's a story that I don't think people in Denmark fully understand. I certainly didn't fully understand it. I don't think it's a story we fully understand in America. It is very important to the U.S. That's why we're your largest donor. That's why we care so deeply about it. And it would be wonderful if we can get the message out about how important the work is that's happening here in Denmark to save the children of the world.
That's right, that's right. And we are very grateful to the solidarity and support of all the donors, the US and all other donors. And what is happening is that right now there is not only war, there is winter in Ukraine. So we're supporting children and adolescents with winter clothing. We're supporting with generators because hospitals need generators for electricity. They need generators for running water. All of this to help mothers safely deliver. We want children to go back to school and continue in normal life. So that's what is happening from here, together with all our country offices, being in Ukraine, in Afghanistan, in Somalia, in Ethiopia. So there is massive work that is happening behind the scenes to support children every day.
This is the largest facility that UNICEF has, is that correct?
That's right. So here is the engine behind where we do everything.
Right.
Procurement, logistics, right. Contracting for the entire global UNICEF.
And we were walking in the other space and you showed us all of these boxes. And I understand that those boxes are going to Somalia, to Afghanistan, to Kenya, and to Ukraine today. Is that correct?
That's right. So today is probably one of the largest outbounding of shipments going out from this largest humanitarian warehouse in the world. And we are sending a charter to Somalia, trucks to Ukraine, and also to Afghanistan and other countries, as you noted.
And these, all these men and women are packing these boxes right now. And I think we saw, and what's in these boxes that they're packing right now?
Yeah, so these boxes are school in a box. So we are bringing small kits and items that goes inside this school in a box. And these items actually are going to Ukraine, but also in other countries as well. So what it's doing is helping children when they are displaced, also in Afghanistan and other countries, to continue their learning. So there is material for 40 students, for a teacher, for 3 months. So children can continue their learning.
Amazing. And we were in the other room before and we saw the surgical and the kits. Could you just describe what those are? I mean, those were just unbelievable when I saw that.
Yes, indeed. So we're looking at the interagency health kit. We're looking at the midwifery kits, and those are supporting the midwiferys and also in hospitals, supporting the health workers to actually help the mothers for safe deliveries of babies. And unfortunately, we are in a context where it's not always easy, and many mothers that are pregnant are being displaced, are moving into displaced situations. So these kits and equipments are so much needed to be ready there to support safe delivery.
And Eva, you had mentioned that you spend over $6 billion a year. About 2/3 is vaccines, and 1/3 are all these kits we were talking about. Is that correct?
That's correct. So this is, as I said, the largest humanitarian warehouse. This year we have done around a little bit above $6 billion of goods and services. And the vaccines does represent 2/3 of what we buy on behalf of the children of the world.
And you had mentioned to me that you just came back from a trip to Ukraine. And could you talk about what's happening there? And I understand that may be is that the largest displacement of children that you have experienced in your 25 years with UNICEF?
Yes, yes. I have been in several locations, and of course, children are the first, and women the first affected, the most vulnerable in any situation. And what I have seen in Ukraine, we're talking about 7 million children that are in need.
7 million children.
That's right, because of the situation of the war, being in need of access to school, access to also safe life, because we don't know what's going to happen. So what I saw there, I saw children that are actually having challenges to go back to school because some schools were destroyed. I was seeing actually mothers having difficulties to deliver babies because they had to go on the shelters to deliver babies. I think that there is a lot of work that is taking place on the ground. The government, with support of UNICEF, other UN agencies, but it is devastating. It is devastating to see children and mothers fleeing the country and moving from one city to another to, find a safety.
Eva, you commented on the work that you do in the Horn of Africa. Could you talk about that, please?
Yes, the situation this year is the worst ever situation in the Horn of Africa because of the droughts. And we need to reach almost 8.2 million children with treatment, which is the ready-to-use therapeutic food. This is a treatment that helps children come back actually when they are malnourished. The situation is really very, very critical. And we are accelerating the work on the ground with our country offices, with the governments as well. Thanks also to the support absolutely by the USAID, we've been able as well to work with manufacturers to scale up production. And situation is really devastating. And we hope that we are not going to see a 2011 when we had many children dying because of the malnutrition.
It's very inspiring, Eva. Thank you for having this conversation today.
Thank you. It's all what we do together for every child. We cannot do it alone.
It's so important.